Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Key coming at y'all boys with a brand new video. And today, we're going to be going ahead and getting into another one. We going back to our old roots. You feel what I'm saying? We was doing a lot of these last year, and they were doing very well. So I think it's time we go ahead and spin back, man. The Babyfaced gangsters started a war on the Lower East Side.
Under
Check it
the
out.
neon haze of the city that never sleeps, a storm was brewing. One of vengeance, violence, and a misguided sense of honor.
Bro, New York City is
Zemir
really
Humphrey,
like one of the ones
a
that just
pint-sized
look
but
like
ruthless enforcer for the notorious Up the
projects.
Hill gang, was barely 20 years old, yet his name carried weight in the back alleys and shadowed corners of Alphabet City. But his thirst for retribution would soon plunge the streets into a night of carnage. It all began with a purse, an ordinary object, unremarkable except for the fact that it belonged to Nikki Huang. A brazen mugging by the rival Down the Hill gang had left her humiliated and seething. Nikki was no gangbanger, just a girl from the neighborhood, but her ties to Up the Hill ran deep. She knew people who wouldn't let something like this slide. When she confided in Humphrey,
when they showing us those pictures, it makes me think that she passed
it was
away.
like striking a match in a room full of gasoline. He didn't hesitate. Not sure if she actually told him about it or someone else did.
That's his girl.
If a big homie put him on the mission or whatnot. May 15th,
They got videos
2022. The streets
this get
pulsed
released
with
to
an
the
uneasy
public?
rhythm, the air thick with anticipation. Humphrey, armed and ready, stalked through enemy territory. His target, Brandon Atkinson, an affiliate of Down the Hill. The problem?
Up the Hill
Atkinson
versus
had
Down
nothing
the
to do
Hill.
with the robbery, but that didn't matter. The laws of the street dictated that a message had to be sent.
Bro, look at rest in peace. But your clothes is 2 sizes too small, bro. Jeans about to bust at the seams. Shirt so small and tight it's stuck under your man boobs and your pouch, your pudge. This shit
And
is
Humphrey was
wicked.
fluent in bloodshed.
Smiling
Around
and shit.
11
He happy
p.m.
at
on
what he
Sunday,
did.
May 15th, a man alleged to be a member of Down the Hill gang was fatally shot on Avenue D and East 3rd Street. The victim, Brandon Atkinson, was a half-brother of Steven Santiago.
A
Who was
gunshot
that?
rang out near East 3rd Street and Avenue D. Atkinson never saw it coming. A single bullet to the back of the head, and he crumpled onto the pavement, his life extinguished in an instant. What Humphrey didn't expect was the fallout. The retaliation came fast and brutal. Down the Hill didn't care that Atkinson was innocent in the matter, and in the ruthless calculus of street justice, they had to answer blood with blood. Nikki
They wanted to
Huang was
slide.
hanging out with Jesse Parilla, a 22-year-old college basketball player, the kind of guy who should have had nothing to do with gang politics. But life doesn't always respect the innocent. The Down the Hill gang snatched them both. Their fates sealed the moment they were forced into the car. The hours that followed were a descent into horror.
So, old dude got killed because the Asian girl got robbed. And because the Asian girl got robbed and dude went to slide for her and another innocent guy got killed.
They were driven to the Bronx, where the end came swift and merciless. 2 shots, 2 lives lost. And as if that weren't enough, the car was set ablaze, reducing their final moments to smoldering ash and
That
charred
shit
remains.
cornball as fuck. I ain't gonna lie, it's not her fault Buddy got killed because she didn't kill him. And the basketball player ain't have shit to do with it. He was just with her. You feel what I'm saying? This is the type of shit that niggas like don't talk about, but is a part of everything that they glorify. This is corny all the way around. It should have went back to the dude who did the killing and the nigga who stole the purse. That's where everything gets lost in translation, because if it's like that, obviously, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna get somebody who did what they did. You get anybody you can nowadays. But it's like, damn.
By the time the sun rose over New York City, 6 had been shot, 3 had perished, and the war between Up the Hill and Down the Hill had reached a fever pitch. Law enforcement scrambled to make sense of the chaos. Investigations stretched across boroughs. Humphrey, aware that the noose was tightening, vanished into the night, winding up in Martinsburg, West Virginia. But even the most cunning fox leaves a trail, and in July, they found him. The boy who had lit the match was finally in cuffs. The trial was a spectacle of cold indifference. Humphrey, devoid of remorse, grinned as the gavel sealed his fate. "I would like to apologize to Nikki Huang's family," he muttered, as though his words could erase the horror of that night. "And Jesse's family also.
Wait,
But other than that..."
I'm so confused. Is he the one who, like, what?
"I don't care." Then a smirk, a shake of his head. 15 years to life. Not enough, some said. Too late, others thought. But as he was led from the courtroom, his final words showed the world exactly who he was. "Yo, smoke that for me," he called to a friend, as if he were leaving a house party, not stepping into the abyss of a prison sentence.
What are you shaking his head
Call
for?
number 2 on the Part 94 calendar as to Zainier Humphrey, indictment number 72334 of 22.
I would like to apologize to Nikki Huang's family because in all reality she didn't have anything to do with any situation, and Jesse's family also. Other than that, yeah, okay.
The defendant is sentenced to an indeterminate term of upstate incarceration of 15 years to life.
Thank you. Everybody have a nice day. I love you so much.
I think he don't really realize like what he's really getting himself into. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I'm getting a life sentence, and if that video, if y'all was really close how y'all looked in that video, nigga, anybody who I think has something to do with it, I'm stalking them. The police gonna have to come get me before I get y'all. I can't lie, bro. Because it's like you're gonna be serving life in jail. Anyways, you might as well get as many as you can. I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, I'm not with the violence all the way. I'm not with the bullshit, this, that, and the third. But bro, if you kill somebody innocent, y'all already, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all not following by the quote unquote rules that niggas supposed to follow in the streets anyway. So it's like, fuck it. Anybody who rep down the hill can go down with him. I'm not letting that shit slide, bro. That officer right there. Hey.
Yo, sorry. Smoke that for me. Love you more.
3 suspects have been charged in the Bronx for the murders.
He knew the camera was
Richard
on.
Santiago, 32, was charged last March with murder, robbery, grand larceny, and other charges while serving
You're
out a
a
5-year
dumbass.
sentence upstate in a Manhattan gang assault conviction. His brother Steven Santiago is still being sought for his role in the killing. Rahul Kuya and Jamel Sanders face murder and other charges for the killing and torching. All of
These niggas is like fucking. Okay, I understand because it stems from the dude who's still on the run. It stems from his brother. Now looking at him, he look Hispanic. He probably back in his home country, living it up. Ain't worried about the United States. Don't give a fuck about the United States. It is what it is. These two gonna have a tough time. So they killed those 2 innocent people because his brother got killed. When you should have just went and killed the little skinny
their
nigga.
cases remain active.
I think that Nikki was, expressing her angst about being robbed, and maybe the wrong person heard that.
Around 11 p.m. on Sunday, May 15th, a man alleged to be a member of Down the Hill gang was fatally shot on Avenue D and East 3rd Street. The victim, Brandon Atkinson, was a half-brother of Steven Santiago, still wanted in the Perilla Huang murders.
You have the 2 gangs that were involved, the Up the Hill, Down the Hill gang.
So mad
Jesse
at
Perilla had
the
just
world,
given
like,
Nikki
bro,
Huang
nigga
a ride
innocent.
home about 1 a.m. That's when suspects Steven Santiago and Jamel Sanders allegedly kidnapped him and then apparently forced him to text Nikki Huang, who was trying to text her parents from outside the apartment door.
And when I opened the door, she had left her little necklace right in front of the door because she probably knew she was in danger.
On holidays like this, we spend it with the most that we love. And he was the most thing that I loved. It was rough. My son had no part of what was going on.
Police said Nikki Huang had friends in the Up the Hill gang on the Lower East Side who wanted to avenge her bag and phone being stolen. Huang was working several jobs and about to move into a new apartment. Jesse Perilla's mother has seen the surveillance video of her son being kidnapped outside Nikki Huang's apartment, allegedly by Santiago and Sanders.
I never met Steven Santiago. I've met Jamel Sanders years ago when My son was very much younger, and he would play sports around the community.
Before Christmas, the NYPD chief of detectives announced
Just
a reward.
imagine that, bro. You a grown-ass man, bro. I understand they killed homie brother. Okay, cool. But it didn't have nothing to do with the people who actually, you know what I'm saying? You killed two innocents because a crash out killed your brother because somebody from your gang stole a purse and a phone. Niggas need to be mad at who they mad at. But instead it's just, oh, they did it for her? Well, fuck her. Like, cornball,
for
bro.
information leading to arrests in the case. The two identified suspects have been on the run. They were based in Baruch houses, where 4 cars rendezvoused before Huang and Perillo were driven to Queens, then taken to the Bronx, shot, and left to burn in Jesse Perillo's Honda.
That's crazy, bro.
Pix 11 News learned there's another burning car in this case, a small Fiat, the getaway car allegedly used by the 4 suspects to leave the crime scene. They apparently ditched it by the northbound Major Deegan Expressway at 138th Street in the Bronx.
Y'all did all that and still end up going to jail. And the craziest part about it, bro, is the only nigga who really had, like, of course they probably all knew him and probably had their own relationship with him, but the one who really had a stake in this beef, they killed his little brother, or his half little brother, you feel me? He the only one who got away. So far.
We all know, besides the 4 individuals, there was more that played part in this. This all took place on the Lower East Side, and this case is being treated as a Bronx case. And in reality, it's a Manhattan case.
Nikki Huang's mother said her daughter was working 3 jobs to save up for an apartment. So when Nikki ended up shot in the head and dead in a burning car, with her friend Jesse Perillo dead in the driver's seat, Nikki's neighbors on Grand Street were stunned.
Just very sweet. Whole family is very sweet. To have that, her mixed up in that, it just didn't sound right.
And Nikki's mother, Amy Chen, is outraged that her only daughter is somehow getting blamed for what happened, a double murder being attributed to gang members. The mother wrote to me on Instagram, "It's so unfair and gut-wrenching knowing that my daughter was murdered and named a victim, yet media and his family are still making it seem like she's the reason for all this."
He was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Jesse Perillo's mother told us her only child, a college basketball player, knew Nikki Huang from middle school. He played on courts all over the Lower East Side. Late Sunday night, May 15th, Perillo gave Nikki Huang a ride. Police believe Huang was upset that she'd been robbed earlier and told friends connected to a gang. A series of gang-related shootings had already started in Lower Manhattan. Huang's mom sent us a photo of her daughter's necklace and said Nikki was already inside the family apartment when she received a call about 1 a.m. This was the necklace she took off and placed on our floor mat after getting a call from Jesse's phone to go downstairs, knowing that she was probably walking into danger, Huang's mother wrote. She would never ever not be there for a friend that she thought may be in trouble, the mother added. By 4:38.
I ain't gonna lie though, bro. This is a fucked up situation, but I'm gonna give y'all my little insight, my little how I feel about it. You feel me? She can't control another person's actions. You know what I'm saying? And as a grown man, I don't see how this would make you feel better. You killed somebody who was robbed by your gang that obviously was stems from, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the kind of the source, but why you ain't go find the killer, bro? Why? Because you know that's an easy target. And they played on her heart probably on that phone call. I wish that they could release the phone call if they had like the option to. And really see what was said, bro. Because people, like she said, was tearing her daughter down, this, that, and the third. But her daughter was already in the safe confines of their home. Now, obviously, if she didn't go down, it probably would have had some more problems. He probably still would have died. But, and she probably still would have died too because they had to drop on her apartment. But that shows character, bro. Was it the smartest thing to do? No, she probably should have called the police and this, that, and the third. But that shows a little bit of character, bro. I can't lie, bro.
Nikki Huang and Jesse Perillo were dead in the burning car, which was parked by a Bronx golf course. Perilla's mother told us she started getting texts showing gruesome photos of the crime scene.
When they put out the fire, someone took a photo of him in the car. I saw my son's bones.
We briefly met Nikki Huang's father when he was opening the family restaurant this week. It's down the block from a
I ain't gonna lie, twin. I ain't gonna lie. This is a risk right here. Probably they already know, oh yeah, they got a this, that, and the third. But bro, I'm telling you this right here, right now. This is unsafe, bro.
It's called Nails by Nikki. And the nail salon was named for her?
Yes, that's her gift. That's the gift for her.
Nikki's mother said her daughter was always fiercely protective of her younger brothers, who are now teenagers. And she said Nikki was adored by the neighborhood children. Talking to the media or blaming anyone won't bring my child back, she wrote. But sitting back as I'm mourning my oldest, my only girl and my best friend, while people are truthfully twisting the story, has me sick to my stomach. Nikki's mother was especially upset about comments on social media and
hold on, what they say? Shai K attempted murder is crazy. But with that being said, man, that's gonna wrap up this story, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. All this shit is useless. All this shit is dumb as fuck. At the end of the day, bro, you out here robbing and stealing person and shit. She grinding. Of course, you know what I'm saying? She gonna feel some type of way. Because if anybody who really stayed down and grinded, you know, on that road to getting what you want, it takes a lot. You're going to have so many losses. You're going to have so many redirections. You're going to have so many ups and downs to get to where you're trying to go. It's frustrating. It's humiliating. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. And it's irritating. You feel me? And to see that she was the victim of this and all she was trying to do was get an apartment is crazy, bro. So I want to say rest in peace to her. Rest in peace to Mr. Perilla. And condolences to both of their families. Condolences to everybody who lost somebody. Even the guy from down the hill who didn't do anything and got killed. Rest in peace to him too. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Get in that comment box. Tell me how you felt about this video. It's your boy Key checking in, checking out. We gone.